Hi guys, this is Financial Ninja Japan and welcome to my channel. Today, I'll be talking about NISA 101, your starting line to investing in Japan. Here's a little bit about my profile. I was a low salary earner in Japan. For those interested, please have a look. Now, this is the channel I wish I could have subscribed to when I first began my investment journey in Japan. Living in Japan as a gaijin and not being a native Japanese speaker made things challenging for me because I had to learn everything the hard way in Japanese. And I couldn't find any good English guides on those topics. So, I decided to create an English channel myself so I can share my investment journey in Japan through NISA, iDeCo, index funds, and ETFs, as well as to share tips for improving personal finances while living in Japan. Let's get started with today's topic. Does everyone fully understand how NISA works? So what is NISA? NISA stands for Nippon Individual Savings Account. It's actually modeled after the individual savings account in the UK. NISA is a tax-free investment system which was established in 2014 in Japan. NISA allows people living in Japan to invest in the stock market without paying tax on capital gains or dividends. To combat inflation, rising taxes, and cost of living even in Japan, we have to build asset deliberately. And one of the most effective tools is through NISA. Why? Because all capital gains and income gains are 100% tax-free. Japan being one of the highest taxed countries, there aren't a lot of ways to save on taxes. So not utilizing NISA is no longer an option. In this video, I'll be sharing two topics today: NISA's basics and concepts, as well as Financial Ninja Japan's current NISA portfolio. Please watch until the end. Alright, let's get to explanations. NISA's basics and concepts. As mentioned, NISA allows people to invest without paying tax on their gains. Here's an example to show. If you don't invest using NISA account, let's say you use a normal account, which is called Ippan Koza or Tokute Koza, you need to pay 20.315% on any gains as tax. When you use NISA account, you need to pay nothing, no tax at all. For instance, when you purchase a stock, your principal, so you used 1.2 million and the stock price increased, say, after 10 years or after 15 years, the total value now becomes 1.9 million. In normal circumstances, in normal account without using NISA, you'll be taxed on the gains here, which is 20.315% of 0.7 million here, which amounts to about 140k. With NISA, you get to pocket the whole profit, which means you'll be able to save as much as 140k. So please open your NISA account if you haven't already. There are three types of NISA systems currently. I won't go into details since they'll be replaced from 2024, but still better to know the gist of it so you can start this year itself in 2023 as practice. For 2024 new NISA's 5 improvements, check out my next video. The three types of current NISA are General NISA, Tsumitate NISA, and Junior NISA. The total accounts of NISA, December 2022, amounts up to 18 million. It increases gradually from 2018 from around 12 million, almost 18 million now. Note that Tsumitate NISA is gaining more market share. Let's take a look on Japan's social media monthly active users. YouTube, more than 100 million. We have Line, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. NISA actually stands around here, 18 million. In other words, NISA could actually rival TikTok users in Japan. Heck, it might even surpass Facebook after the new NISA 2024. Alright, the first type, General NISA. You just need to know the annual quota, 1.2 million per year, up to 5 years, so your total lifetime quota is 6 million. For Tsumitate NISA, the annual quota is 0.4 million up to 20 years, which gives you a total lifetime quota of 8 million. We have general NISA, Tsumitatte NISA here, so you can compare them by their annual limits, and you need to choose either of them. You cannot combine them. 5 years or 20 years of period of tax benefits, the lifetime limits, as I mentioned, and their investment options. For junior NISA, since it is for people aged under 18, so I won't go into that. Now that we're done with NISA's basics and concepts, let's check Financial Ninja Japan's current NISA portfolio. I'm using Tsumitatte NISA. The reason is simple, because it gives a longer tax-free period of 20 years compared to the 5 years of general NISA. The mechanism is straightforward, because the longer you hold, the lower the risk of losses. If you invested in any period between 1950 up to 2017, and you held for those stocks for 15 years and above, you register no losses. Here's an example. For 15 years period that you invested between 1950 and 2013, the best performing 15 years would give you a plus 19.10% of gain. And the worst 15 years performance is also plus 4.21%, which means in any 15 years between this period, you would have never experienced any losses, and the minimum that you would get at its worst market is still a plus 4.21%. Meanwhile, for 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years period, if you invested in held in these periods of time, when the market crashes, you would have experienced a minus 37% loss, minus 2.58% loss, and 1.47% loss. Hence, that's the reason why the 20-year period is set by Tsumitatte NISA as their sweet spot. So what are your recommendations, you might ask? I've always recommended world and US stocks. That's it. For the world stocks, these are recommended. For the US stocks, there you go. For myself, I'm 100% invested in the world stock. I put in everything max quota for SPIV Zensekai Kabushiki. But again, I have studied a lot of other YouTubers and made some researches, and all this would be great portfolio. I'll be doing another video on the world versus US stocks, which is better. So stay tuned. Okay, it's summary time. In today's video, I've covered NISA's basics and concepts, as well as Financial Ninja Japan's current NISA portfolio. For NISA's basics and concepts, you just need to know two things: General NISA and Tsumitatte NISA. For General NISA, the annual quota is 1.2 million up to 5 years, which gives you a total lifetime quota of 6 million. For Tsumitatte NISA, the annual quota is 0.4 million times 20 years, which gives you a total lifetime quota of 8 million. To share with you my current NISA portfolio, I opted for Tsumitatte NISA, and I have 100% invested in SPIV Zensekai Kabushiki, which is a reflection of the ETF for Vanguard's VT. For those who have not started their NISA journeys yet, start by opening a Japanese brokerage account. You can do this through SPI Securities and Rakuten Securities. I might make another video to show the step-by-step in opening the online brokerage account. And once you create your account, you'll be able to start your asset building journey. That's it. If you think this video is beneficial, share it to your friends living in Japan. You can also hit like and subscribe, or comment for further questions and topics. Last but not least, check out my 5 superpowers the rich have mastered in Japan video. Today is the youngest day in the rest of your life. Open a brokerage account for NISA if you haven't already. Let's start now. Have a nice day. Bye.